Hey, yo, blood in, blood out, son.
I just watched a movie called Blood In, Blood Out, came out in 1993. So we got this dude named Miklo, this Caucasian guy who grew up in a Latino family. His cousins are Paco and Cruz. He had some beef with a rival gang. Miklo proved himself worthy. Finally gets attacked, now he's joined into the gang. As they getting their fiesta on, because Cruz is a painter, he just got himself a scholarship. Cruz goes to chill with his girlfriend, takes Paco's car so he can ride out. He's about to give his shorty the business, the rival gang comes out of nowhere and attacks him. Throws his back with a fire hydrant. I was like, God damn. Cuts his hand up. They're about to finish the job, but the boys come through. The gang gets away. So Paco, Miklo, and the boys are trying to get their revenge. They catch these niggas the next day, and they beat the shit out of the niggas. As they get in the way, the leader of the gang pulls out a gun. Miklo saves Paco's life and bangs two off in that nigga. But he does get hit as they get in the way of the getaway car. All of a sudden, the boys roll up. They're about to chase somehow. The boys end up catching Paco and Miklo. Miklo's the one doing time. Miklo meets this dude by name Montana. First, he meets this dude named Popeye. Now, Popeye's acting like he's showing him around the joint. But then he gets in the jail cell. He tries to stab him. Montana and the boys save him. He ain't with the squad just yet. And this white guy runs the joint named Cooley. He's with kitchen detail and he getting money on the outside. Man, this shit is crazy. So Miklo's trying to be with Montana and the crew, and Montana trying to get Cooley and them niggas out the way. So Miklo got an idea. He's going to befriend Cooley and them because he's white and they want him to join their side. So they set the whole thing up with Danny Trejo gives him a shank while Miklo's still on kitchen detail. He gets Cooley in the back room and shanks the shit out of him. He also finds out Coolio was counting money and had numbers in his little tap book. Now he got money and the connections that Cooley had. And now Miklo's with Montana and the crew. Blood in, blood out, nigga. So they run shit for like 9 years. He's finally out on good behavior, I guess. We found out Cruz messed up his scholarship. He ain't been painting like that no more. He's not for the university. You're thinking, what happened to Paco? We found out Paco went to the military. It was either that or jail. So Cruz is back at his house painting. And Paco's little brother Juan is always over there chilling. Little boy's like 12 years old. Mom comes in there one day and both of them was just asleep. We see that Juan has a needle in his arm. It's like, oh shit. This little boy ended up dying. Then we found out he must have got the one of Cruz's needles. Because Cruz throughout that time was doing dope for like the last decade. And they basically kicked him out the family at that point. Paco throughout all that time ended up becoming a narcotics agent, busting criminals. Once Miklo's out, he goes to a boarding house, gotta work mediocre jobs. Ends up being in a boarding house with Popeye. Oh shit. So before Miklo got out of jail, he was doing some deals with Popeye. Had no reason to trust him, but he did have some connections on the outside. Then when Miklo comes back from work one day, Popeye's with a bunch of niggas. We found out Popeye hasn't been holding up his end of the deal. In fact, he's been taking money from his customers and giving them on like 10% when they're supposed to get like 30. So Miklo's had enough. He links up with this dude, Hannah, that was in the room. And they go do this bank robbery. Supposedly armored car robbery. The armored car is like a regular van. Keep in mind, this is like 1982. So Miklo and a couple of boys do this armored car robbery. What they don't know is Paco's been on their trail and he's been chasing it down the whole time. Gunfire, blazing battle. Paco spots Miklo. He's like, what the fuck, dude? He thinks he's supposed to be on the straight and narrow, but obviously he's not. Miklo tries to run, but Paco ends up shooting him in his leg. And the hospital was so bad they had to cut off Miklo's leg. Miklo's like, you owe me. I saved your life like 10 years ago. So they had beef. So now Miklo's back in jail once again. The whites have been taking over the drug scene. So Montana tries to get the blacks and browns together to call a truce to take on the whites. I'm saying colors because I don't remember the names of the gangs. One of the dudes in Montana's gang, Carlos, he wanted to take over because he heard that dope is going around like crazy. He tried to do his own plan. Problem is the whites fucked him over. Carlos ends up dead. Shit getting hot out there in San Quentin. So then they have some type of partner. They go send Montana to a different jail, basically so he can get the chance to see his daughter. He ain't seen her in like 14 years. He gets to the jail, befriends this black guy, looks like more like Morgan Freeman. Next day, he's on the outside, he's handcuffed to the cell. He's about to go see his daughter. As the Morgan Freeman dude gives him the mirror so he can look good for him, he ends up stabbing Montana. Done deal, dead as shit. He didn't get to see his daughter. It's like, damn. So now Miklo and the boys think the blacks had something to do with Montana getting killed. Even though that was one of their boys, the man told Miklo, man, somebody had to set that up. They felt like the whites had something to do with this shit. Obviously, if the blacks and browns are fighting, the whites get all the competition. Of course, that's what they want. So they put this plan together. It's going to take like 6 months, and they work together to kill all the whites. And then it was more of a setup because Miklo and the boys ended up killing all the blacks too. It was some wild shit. Because they felt like the leader of the blacks still killed Montana. So the guy that's been Miklo's bodyguard the whole time is a dude named Taki. He's been like his eyes and ears on the street, all that, on the prison or whatever. Come to find out the police are splitting up a lot of the gang, going to different prisons so they can see their family members. But when Taki gets Miklo in the room alone, he shows him some crazy evidence that Taki actually ordered the hit on Montana. What the fuck? But he did it for the purpose of getting control of the area. It's crazy. I'm telling you, this movie was wildish. So here we get the scene where Cruz is at Juan's grave, and after all these years, the family finally accepts him back into the family. Now it's 1984. Cruz and Paco end up going near the Hudson River, and he shows him one last mural that he painted. He painted the time back in the day where all three of them was together. Paco's still a narcotics agent, and Cruz has been clean and sober for the last 2 years. And that's how the movie ends. This movie's like 3 hours long. The only reason it popped into my head, because every time I look up titles of movies, this one pops up all the time. So I said, why not? I'm just going to watch the whole thing. There's a cameo from Billy Bob Thornton in it, Danny Trejo. I mean, it's a lot of people in this movie when you look at it, you'd be like, oh shit, this many people was in it? Even Paco's partner was the dude that played Biff in Back to the Future. I was like, the fuck? 90s nostalgia for you. Like I said, it's on YouTube all over the place. Blood In, Blood Out, the 1993 version. I don't think there's any other version. Blood In, Blood Out. There you go.